Well, whew. Well, Stone, this is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. Oh, I think I'm going to need to find some help getting this one out. Oh, good. Here comes Ella. Hey, Ella. Oh, no, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Oh, hey, thank goodness. Here comes Otis. Hey, Otis. Otis, I'm a little trapped.
7, 8, 9. Hold on there, Professor. I'm counting. And as you well know, that takes a lot of concentration from me.
Take your time.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I understand. Don't worry about it, Otis. I'll just wait here till you're done. I promise I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, I see. Silly me, I was doing the dab.
Guys?
Well, my dance instructor wasn't very good. His name was Otis Potts, so I kind of get the Dougie and the dab kind of confused.
Hey, guys!
How could you confuse the Dougie with the dab?
Oh, just Otis Potts. That's why I always blame it on him.
Oh. Well, so what have you been up to? Dad, what are you doing down there?
Professor Stone!
Well, I just got kind of sleepy, so I thought I'd just lay down and take a nap under this huge artifact. Just thought I'd do that for fun.
Really? Well, that doesn't look very comfortable.
It's not.
Well, then why?
I don't think he did it on purpose. Are you okay, Dad? Are you hurt anywhere?
Well, no, I'm not hurt. There was this hollow in the sand right here, and I was kneeling down it. They all saw it. They saw me do it. I was cleaning it, and then just rolled right on top of me. Thankfully, I was still in that hollow, so I'm not hurt, but it's too heavy for me to lift by myself. So I've been waiting here patiently, hoping someone would notice.
Sorry, Dad. Otis, you think if we work together we can get this off of him?
Well, let's see what we can do. I have been working out.
I can tell. Hey, I would really greatly appreciate the help. I was beginning to kind of feel like that wounded man in the story of the Good Samaritan.
Oh.
The Good Samaritan? Who's the Good Samaritan?
Who's the Good Samaritan? Oh! You've never heard of the story of the Good Samaritan?
Oh!
Oh.
I haven't. Never heard of him. Is that another one of your Bible stories?
It sure is. You see, there was a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho, and on his way, he was attacked by bandits. They robbed him and stripped him and beat him and left him there to die.
Oh.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Really? Well, not too much later, a priest was coming by on the same road, and he saw the poor man, but what do you think he did?
What?
He crossed to the other side of the road so he wouldn't have to touch him.
So why did he do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Dad?
Well, the Bible doesn't say definitely, but there's a possibility the priest was afraid the man was dead. You see, if a priest touched a dead body, he'd have to go through a long purification. And he'd have to do that ritual before he was considered clean again.
Well, although that seems kind of gross, it also seems a little silly reason not to help.
Or, the priest could have been afraid it was a trap. Sometimes robbers would pretend to be hurt, and then they'd attack the person that would help them.
I say, that's rather unsporting of them.
Well, Otis, I don't think anyone's ever accused a robber of being a good sport. It's just not really how it works.
Well, I suppose not. Now, well, then what happened?
Well, a little later on, a Levite came along.
What now?
A Levite. You know, the Levites were the tribe, that the family group set aside by God to serve him. It was from this tribe that all the priests came, and not all Levites were priests, but they still had religious responsibilities.
Okay, so a Levite came along, and then what happened?
Well, he crossed by on the other side of the road, too.
Well, that's crazy. I can't believe that. You would think that the priest and the Levite were serving God, they would stop and do something to help that poor little man. Wouldn't that be what God would want them to do?
Exactly. See, that's what Jesus was trying to say with the story. You see, there was this man. He was an expert in the law, and he was testing Jesus. The law expert was trying to prove how much he knew, and he started asking Jesus some really hard questions. And when he was the law expert asked Jesus who his neighbor was. You know, he was looking for an easy answer like the person who lives near you or the people you go to church with. But Jesus didn't give an easy answer. Jesus told the story about the Good Samaritan. At the end of the story, Jesus asked this law expert who he thought the neighbor of the man was.
So who was his neighbor?
Well, the one who had mercy on the beaten man.
Oh, okay, but neither the priest nor the Levite had mercy on the beaten man.
Ah, but the story isn't over yet.
Then along came a Samaritan.
Ah, we finally get to the Samaritan. I was wondering about him. What exactly is a Samaritan?
Oh, well, you see, the Samaritans were a group of people who lived in the same area as the Jews. You know, they worshiped God too, but the two groups argued over the correct way to do it. Jews and Samaritans really didn't get along very well.
But even though the Jews and the Samaritans didn't get along, the Samaritan was the only one who stopped to help the man. That's right. The Samaritan was the only one that showed mercy.
Mercy?
My teacher said mercy is feeling bad for someone and then doing something about it. Just feeling bad for someone doesn't change anything. You have to do something about it. You have to do something to help.
That's right.
And the Samaritan did something?
He did more than help. He did more than help what most people would have done. The Samaritan bound up the man's wounds, but he didn't stop there. He put the man on his own animal, probably a donkey, and took him to an inn so that he could be cared for. But he didn't stop there. He took care of the man himself, and when he got to the inn, he got ready to leave the next day. He left money with the innkeeper to cover the man's expenses until he was better. He even promised to come back and pay more money if it cost more when he left.
Sure did.
Wow! It sounds like the Samaritan went above and beyond what even good people would do.
And as the story shows, some people who were well known to be good people didn't even do the bare minimum because they would have had to go out of their way.
The priest and the Levite saw the beaten man, and they might have felt sorry for him, but they didn't do anything to help. The Samaritan did something to help the man. That's mercy.
Oh, okay. So the true neighbor to the man who was beaten was the one who did something to help him. The one who showed mercy.
That's why we call him the Good Samaritan.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it sure is good to have good neighbors, you know, people who will lend you a helping hand, people who will help you out of a tight spot. Oh, come on, guys. What's it going to take for you to get me out from under this thing?
Yeah. Sorry, Dad. On the count of 3. Come on, Otis. 1, 2, 3.
Good night, Ellen. You were laid out there.
That's much better. You know, I think lying under that artifact actually worked out this kink in my back. Man, thanks for your help, neighbors. That feels great.
Don't mention it, Dad.
Absolutely.
Come on, Otis, see if we can figure out where we went wrong on this map. Come on.
I'm right
Feels
behind
good.
you.
Feels good.
Right behind you, Princess Ella.
Yeah.
So long there, Professor.
All right,
see you later, neighbor.
Oh! And now the kink's back. Yep. I think I need to go find another artifact to get trapped under. Woo! Oh!